What's up, Descendants, and welcome back to another First Descendant news video. Today, this is pretty wild if you ask me. Only one day into the season and there are huge changes coming already due to the internet backlash of everybody that didn't like how this season has played out over the last 24 hours. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's delve straight into Dev Note Volume 13. So first of all, they start off with an apology who had inconvenience since the season 1 update. Everyone's support's incredibly, appreciated, and they're just kind of saying thank you. But what they want to talk about is the new invasion mechanics and how there's a bit of a backlash from that, how people don't like them. So let's go through what they have mentioned. So in summary, the modification in the invasion dungeon, the inversion reinforcement, reduce the difficulty of the puzzle mechanics, buff inversion reinforcement, and delete the penalty in the next week update 1.1.1, which is great to hear, because the whole idea of the new inversion reinforcement was that we were going to be able to grind and get more powerful throughout the season, but it turned out that really they were just negative effects for no real reason, and you kind of think, I don't want any of these buffs, why would I even grind them out? They are improving the Haley performance process, which is a bit of a nightmare at the moment unless you want to swipe for it. It's going to take probably weeks, depending on how good your RNG is, to get it, maybe even longer. The improved development process, so they're going to talk about that, because let's face it, this is not the first time now in the game's short lifespan that they've reverted and kind of done this thing and changed decisions, and that's not a bad thing because they have listened to community feedback. But clearly there's something wrong in the initial process that 3 or 4 times in a row in such a small period of time, and they've had to kind of change and revert things. So obviously they're going back to the drawing board with how they decide on doing things. And then improve community communication. We fully listen and reflect everyone's opinion and try our best to make improvements. I feel like they do pretty good at that anyway. So let's have a look and see what they're going to say. So for the invasion dungeons, to provide a faster and better experience, we will lower the difficulty of the puzzle mechanics, and they'll modify monster spawning. Now the invasion mechanics are different today than what they were yesterday. This is not due to this change. They're talking about the pillar ones, which was day 1. So go and check out my previous video. I've talked about today's kind of what you've got to do. I've done a bit of a guide on it, so you don't just kind of jump in blind, and you want to get a gold, right? Let's face it. So jump in, have a quick look at the mechanics, and you'll be able to get that sorted out, hopefully. Fingers crossed. The direction of the arcane pillar will be adjusted to look towards the battle area. The drones pattern will be designed vertically, also to make the gameplay experience better. The tumors that cover the pattern and the ones that block the door will be easier to destroy. Also, the tumors that were once destroyed will not be regenerated. So that's kind of great, because every time you went back to the pillar, it was always very, this is a timed experience. And really, unless you're on Bunny, it could get really, really tight. All of the other characters already have a huge disadvantage. So this is a nice little cleanup, I think. For the Legion of Darkness, the occupation time for the arcane tile will be shortened, and the tile will be rearranged so they're more easily distinguishable. So basically, all of the icons that are on it, you don't have to kind of have a photographic memory. I've got a terrible memory, so this is great for me. The number of wrong tiles will be reduced, and the self-destructive monsters which steal the arcane tile will be deleted. All right, so they're going. So that's, again, this is all great stuff, I think, especially if you're running Bionic as Bunny. They were not that great to have to experience. Symbols will be added so that players with color weaknesses will more easily enjoy the game. That's great. And lastly, a barrier for HP for the named monsters will be weakened. I don't think that barrier was too bad, but obviously, being a content creator, I've been maxed fairly quickly, but not everyone will have the chance to be able to do that. So I think that's kind of good anyway. It doesn't pose any difficulties really. It just being a little bit weaker. Just like other legions, the puzzle mechanics for the Legion of Immortality will be modified in an easier way. As the invasion event for the Legion of Immortality starts today, today's feedback will find more specific countermeasures. So that's the one that I've done the video on today. I don't think that's that bad. It was a little bit tight on time, so if they make it a little bit easier, I think it'll be more open for everyone to get gold rather than just people who are absolutely min-maxed. And really, just for Bunny, like Bunny was the only one today I see who could get a gold. I don't see any other character really getting gold. You only get 4 tries as well. You can't even get any practices in. So yeah, this is a welcome change as well. Also, inversion reinforcement will be improved to let everyone fully enjoy the inversion reinforcement system. We're planning to buff most of the effects and we'll delete the penalty. That's great. All the negative penalties so massively outweighed the buff, making it just not worth doing. Perhaps the invasion specific ones were kind of worth it, but everything else, no. So this is a great change, and we only have to wait till next week for that to come along. The modification in difficulty for the invasion dungeons and inversion reinforcement will fix next Thursday, so just under a week for the 1.11 update. Throughout the update, we'll try their best to fully everyone enjoy the invasion dungeon in a more comfortable way. After that, we are planning to add a matchmaking system so users can play the invasion dungeons in multiplayer. I didn't know they were planning on doing that. I thought they were always going to be a solo thing, so that's definitely interesting as well. But they really need to do something about AFK people, because if you put in more people in the dungeon and people are just AFK, that's always going to hold you back, and it's always, you know, it's a time trial. So, you know, they definitely need to do something about that. Also, the drop rate for Haley's research material, the enhanced cells, the DNA, the stabilizer, the spiral catalyst, and the data chip in the invasion infiltration operations will be increased. That's good. They're not going to lower it, they're just going to increase it. So it's still going to be very dependent on RNG, but it's wild right now. Our dev team wanted everyone, including users who only have a limited time to finish Haley in 12 days in average. Well, it's 12 days if you've got perfect RNG. Like, obviously, no one's ever going to get 12 days of perfect RNG in this game. So that's going to be buffed significantly. I would imagine they're going to be doubling the drops looking at that. However, to accommodate the opinion that Haley's farming takes too long, we're planning to increase the drop rate for Haley's research. Oh, there we go. By about 2 times faster. So yeah, double the drops and it'll be twice as fast, which will then hopefully take around 12 days. That's going to be updated on Saturday in 1.10b, so that's very soon. That is tomorrow, so that's great. Furthermore, we will improve our development process to meet the expectations of our players in future updates. We're considering having focus group testing after development is completed, or inviting players to gather feedback before the update is released and incorporating the feedback into the final release. Our dev team has been listening to various opinions about the major updates from the community. We will continue to respond quickly to issues, communicate improvement directions transparently, and do our best to ensure that Descendants can enjoy the first Descendant for a long time. This is great. This is great. I know it's not everything they wanted, and they have dropped the ball with the first kind of major patch for the game, but they're going to have it fixed within a week. They're going to have Haley fixed tomorrow. I think this is really good. I think this is really, really good. Good dev communication and good dev actions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.